One thing that you touched upon was the sources are pre-colonial. Why is that important in terms of, I guess, what has colonialism done to our current understanding of women in our community?
I think in many ways, especially in the ways that the women are depicted and kind of the social interaction that the Matama have with the gurus and the community, I think there's a way in which that gets looked at through kind of a Victorian lens. And that kind of changes the way in which we engage with the stories. And this is a very difficult thing to kind of undo once this lens gets put over our eyes as a community. So one way that we're trying to do that is trying to dig out stories from the pre-colonial where they were looking at these stories in a different light. So, for example, these stories about Mata Sahib Deva, the mother of the Khalsa, who is basically the organizer of the entire Panth. She is the commander, she's the general, right? These type of stories have been largely suppressed, and especially when you see her own hukamname, so her own commandments that she's sending out to different communities, those types of imagery of her writing out these hukamname, these have largely been erased. And even to the extent that we have changed her own name. Largely, most of the community calls her Mata Sahib God. But in her own handwriting, she says her name is Mata Sahib Devi and sings out of respect, say Sahib Deva. Devi and Deva, essentially the same thing. So if we can't even say the name of Mata Sahib Deva correctly, then that just shows you to the extent that we have suppressed, her history.